All right, everyone. As it says here on screen, the votes are in, and Paige is the next hero coming to Deadlock. Hey, everyone. This is Connor here at Dead Unlocked, and I wanted to make a quick video today, just like we did with Doorman, going over all of Paige's abilities, everything you need to know about the new hero, maybe some early ideas about builds, get into her lore, for those of you that are stuck at work, all that kind of stuff today. Figure everyone's going to be on, playing her as much as they can later, but I wanted to go ahead and take a look at everything now. So, let's go ahead and look at the abilities real quick, and then we will get into the range to try her out. So, first ability right here, Conjure Dragon. And this is my first time looking at all this, by the way. Honest, candid reaction. Conjure Dragon. Conjure a dragon that appears at the target location before flying forward, dealing spirit damage and leaving a burning path in its trail. Sounds awesome. Okay. And, yep, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that makes sense there. Defend and Fight. Grants an ally a barrier. While the barrier holds, they gain bonus weapon damage. Okay, so it's a 200 health barrier. 25% bonus damage, and there's ways to upgrade that as well, with max being up to 2 additional allies gain barrier. That's pretty cool. All right, Captivating Read. Target an area with latent magic, applying slow. The magic detonates after a delay, dealing spirit damage and applying Immobilize. So it's minus 45% move speed, and then on hit, it's 120 damage, and they are immobilized. Interesting. Wow, applying Immobilize. Wow, I think that's the first time we've had that keyword in the game, so that's interesting to see. All right, and then our ultimate, Rallying Charge. Release a wave of spectral knights and steeds that charge across the entire city, healing allies and dealing spirit damage to enemies. Wow, so this is like a global rush. It rushes all the lanes. This will be wild to take a look at. I'll have to get into the an actual game to show this off properly. On enemy hit, 150 damage and a 1-second stun. On friendly hit, 150 healing, and you get some bonus move speed. And the upgrades here give you extra healing. They increase the width of the steeds, or increase width by +4 steeds. Okay, and then max is 150 damage and a 1/2-second stun duration. So let's take a look at Paige. Here she is. Wow. Okay, really cool character model. Honestly, like just such clean looking art. And look at that crosshair. What the heck? Okay. Let's see what the gun looks like. Okay, so we've got like a slow projectile. Looks like we're throwing, I don't know, some kind of spectral thing, as seems like it is the theme for Paige here. So let's see all these abilities, at least the ones we can try in here. Let's try and use them out. So there's the one. Okay, that's kind of crazy. Let's try that again. So I need to throw this down and then it'll run forward. Is that how this works? Whoa. That is gnarly. What the heck? Let's do it one more time. Well, I guess, so if I throw it on him, let's see if it does any extra damage. 60. So 150 total there, and then we'll do it if we just throw it here. I think it would have been, I think it was 149 the first time, so that makes sense. Wild, though. So that is Conjure Dragon. Defend and Fight. Grants an ally with a barrier. There you go, ally. There's your barrier. Cool. Pretty simple, straightforward there. Let's look at the 3 again. Captivating Read. We'll apply slow, and we'll get a detonate. Okay, so this is a little AoE. You throw it. Whoa! Crazy animation there. God, okay, man, they are really stepping it up with the animations, some of these items and stuff, or attacks, I mean. Okay, 121, so a little bit less. I'm going to use the 4 here, but I'm probably going to have to hop over to a, like, explore the map to really try it out. But let's see what it looks like here if I use it in here. Okay, I'm gonna hop over to another mode in just 1 second. Let me check on her lore really quick, though. It was available when I looked at the last heroes, so I figure it's going to be here as well. All right, Paige's backstory. We got a little bit longer of one here, and then I'll get over and use the ult. The daughter of a rare book dealer, Paige grew up in a loving home that prioritized kindness, magic, and storytelling. While Paige took naturally to her parents' values, her little brother Bryce did not. Okay, it's a new character. A rebellious teen, Bryce resented not only his family's saccharine attitude, but also their refusal to let him dabble in the magics that they deemed too dangerous. Paige tried everything she could to think of to keep him out of trouble, but like most teenagers, the more his big sister tried to tell him what was best for him, the more he turned away. Sorry. Wow, this is a long lore. Way longer than Billy's. Billy's was like 3 lines. Paige doesn't know what Bryce did to get kicked out of the house, just as she came home from the library to find her brother gone and her parents crying. Days turned to weeks, to months, to years. Paige grew to become a talented bibliomancer, making a living as a storyteller reading at libraries across the 5 boroughs. And while her parents have remained silent about what happened to Bryce, Paige's obsession with finding him has only grown. She will discover what happened to her brother, and no man or God is going to stand in her way. Well, that's fascinating. I wonder if Bryce could be a future character. Kind of crazy. All right, so we've just gone on the explore the map, so we're going to try and use the ult, and I mainly moved my face off the map in case we can see something, you know, on the actual minimap itself. No idea, so let's see. Let's just use it and see what this does. Okay, so it sends them in a straight line. You can see it on the map. I don't know if you can see in the middle of the map towards the enemy's base right now. I thought this was all lanes. It is just one run of them. So let's go no cooldown here. And I'll use it kind of on the lane proper so we can maybe get a little bit better view. Looks cool though. Cool looking character, no doubt. So here's what it looks like again. There go the steeds. Yeah, and they're rolling. At max, it looks like this. Okay, yeah, so quite a bit bigger. Okay, so I thought this was going to be all the lanes, like it pushed everything at once. This makes a lot more sense. In any case, though, really interesting character design. Really, really cool. Let's hop over and look at maybe some early ideas for what builds you might want to run on Paige. All right. Also, really cool what little dash animation. I think she has like a little butterfly or something that comes up. You know, something that you know, maybe it's just Paige is the book turning. I'm not really sure. Paige is the book turning. Ha. All right. We got the default Paige build here. I think they're getting better with the default builds, I will say. I'll give credit to Valve for that one. Also, we get to see kind of this part of the character model, this version of it. Super cool. Just covered in books. Love to see it. I think early, though, a lot of the items on here are actually going to make a lot of sense. I think that definitely this is a support character and definitely one you're going to want to buy Spirit on. I think I could easily see, based on this and the damage it does and the AoE burn and all that, I could see the 1 being really, really good. And so if you kind of combine the 1 and the 4 to like a damage Spirit build, I could see that being incredibly viable right away. The ult is going to be super fun to experiment with, though. I mean, if you throw that through a team fight, that's going to be a mess. That's going to be super, super fun. But in the same way, I could also see people maximizing the barrier, and especially if you're like laning, let's say, with a gun character early on because of the bonus weapon damage, this could be a really nice thing to go for early, especially once you get to the 2 that gives you the 25% fire rate. And then especially once you maximize it, obviously giving 3 people 25% fire rate and 25% damage seems really good. And those all also scale with Spirit. So even more reason to buy Spirit items on Paige early on, which I think is going to synergize with every part of her kit really, really nice. I mean, the Spirit's going to make the healing better there, the damage better there, and it's obviously going to make your Conjure Dragon more effective as well. I think the one thing I think will be pure utility and probably will be upgraded a little bit lower is this Captivating Read. I don't think it's a bad ability. Certainly looks awesome. It's only a little bit less damage than the Conjure Dragon, but I think getting it to hit is going to be tough. But the Immobilize is going to be really nice. So, I mean, this is going to be a huge part of her kit, no matter what, even if it's not the upgrade priority. But yeah, everyone, that's Paige. Really excited for this new hero to be out. I am going to try and likely fail to get some games with her. I've only been able to play a handful of games with the new heroes since they've been out. I feel like it's just the plight of everyone right now in Deadlock. But in any case, amazing to see where Deadlock's at right now in terms of player count. Just all the excitement in the community about all the new heroes, the update, everything has been really, really great to watch. Apologies for not having as many videos come out lately. I don't know if you all can tell, I had like 102-degree fever yesterday, and I work at a university and school is starting back up this week, so it's been honestly a hell of a weekend for me and a hell of a start to this week. So getting this new hero is honestly kind of a nice reprieve and has been a welcomed thing for me. So in any case, thank you all so much for tuning in, as always, here at Dead Unlocked. Always happy to bring you this as fast as we can. Want to be, as quick as we can getting these hero ability showcases out. So thank you all so much for tuning in. From our house to yours, we'll see you all next time here at Dead Unlocked.